from the Fox 29 studios, this is Good Day Philadelphia Weekend.
Bundle up as you head outside. It is frigid. Falling temperatures and whipping winds are causing code blue alerts all across the region. But as the temperature continues to drop, football fever is on the rise.
Oh, I don't care, as long as the Eagles win.
The Eagles flying south later today, not for winter, but for domination. Birdwatchers hoping for a fifth straight win.
I've been rooting for the Eagles all year. I think they're going to kill the Saints.
In a quest to repeat as Super Bowl champions, why doctors say watching tomorrow's game could be bad for your health. 22 days and counting, the government shutdown is now the longest in U.S. history. Nearly 1 million federal workers struggling to make ends meet without a paycheck.
Right after the holidays, ridiculous timing. People have children, people have needs.
How the standoff in D.C. could impact the ones you love as it enters week 4. And Chicago police rush to R. Kelly's homes after reports the singer is holding women against their will. What detectives discovered inside his skyrise apartment. Good Day Philadelphia Weekend starts right now.
Good day, everyone. It's Saturday, January 12th, 2019. So yesterday, I went to the game to watch the Sixers play.
Nice.
And I was in the Corona Club down, underneath. And at some point, people started chanting the Eagles chant inside the Corona Club during the Sixers game.
I am so excited. Everybody, that's all anybody's talking about. You go into Wawa, you go in the streets, Eagles, Eagles, Eagles.
I
love
know. One of my girlfriends was like, is it normal for people to wear Eagles gear to the Sixers game? I was like, I think at this time of year, you have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Show your green.
Show your green. We're calling all bird watchers. We know it's early, but it's never too early. Of course, Jeff knows that, to show your spirit. So send us your best Eagles chant. So we're going to air them throughout the show. Tag us. Use the hashtag Fox29 Good Day so we can find them, of course, on social media sites. Speaking of the birds, the Eagles are on a quest to end the season the same way they did last year as Super Bowl champions. It all comes down to tomorrow's divisional round game against the New Orleans Saints. Chris O'Connell is live in the Big Easy. He's going to join us for a live report in just a few minutes. But right now, temperatures are tumbling as we deal with brutal cold, a winter storm brewing. That right there is video from St. Louis. You see it, snow-covered streets. So that same system is headed our way. And yes, it's true. We might just see the first snow of the season this weekend. So for more on the forecast, let's send it over to Jeff Robbins. All right, thank you so much. The Big Easy getting a lot more green. The birds landing in New Orleans this afternoon, and they are not flying alone. Thousands of fans have traveled south to support the team. We sent our Chris O'Connell to New Orleans to give us a live look of the action there. Chris, it's called the Big Easy. Nothing's going to be easy about this game, but all of us have our fingers crossed.
All the festivities here from the French Quarter. Wish you were here, Lauren.
I know, I do too. I can feel all the action, but I'm glad that we sent you to capture it all and bring it back for us. Chris, we'll check back in with you. Thank you so much. And of course, Fox 29 is the only place you can see the Eagles-Saints game tomorrow. We'll start our coverage right here on Good Day. Regular time, 7 to 9. Stay with us for Fox News Sunday. Then an expanded edition of Fox 29 Game Day Live from 10 till 11:30. Villanova basketball tips off at 11:30. After that game, a special edition of Good Day Game Day will lead us right into game coverage, which starts at 4 p.m. Now to our other big story, from green to blue, people across the tri-state area waking up to frigid temperatures and strong winds. It's so cold, Philadelphia is now under a code blue emergency. Here is a live look at Philadelphia, where officials have issued that emergency, and we are not alone. New Jersey, a code blue emergency has been issued throughout South Jersey there, including Camden, Cape May, Atlantic, Ocean, Burlington, and Cumberland counties. Kelly Rule is live at Cherry Hill Mall. It's just one of several warming centers around the area. Kelly, a good place to be stuck if you're really cold outside.
Lauren.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much. Lawmakers feeling the pressure as the partial government shutdown becomes the longest in American history. Today marks the 22nd day since the shutdown started. Progress yesterday as Congress passed a bill approving back pay for workers once the shutdown ends, and the president says he will sign it. But now members of the House and Senate return to work Monday, which guarantees the shutdown will continue throughout early next week. That means 1/4 of the federal government will stay closed. In the meantime, 800,000 federal workers missed their first paycheck of the year yesterday. They've been forced to take unpaid leave or work without pay, leaving many people struggling to make ends meet. Talk about going into tomorrow's playoff game with a bang. Eagles mascot Swoop, along with some of the team's cheerleaders, will be on the Battleship New Jersey later today. Swoop will pull the trigger to fire the 5-inch gun to fire up the Eagles for their game against the Saints. After that, guests will have a chance to meet Swoop and the cheerleaders. That event fires off at 1 p.m. Let's take a live look outside on this Saturday morning. Looks like police have some roadblocks there in Old City. We'll find out more about that. But to find out more about the weather, Jeff Robbins, looks like it's going to be, man, cold outside and snow on the way, possibly?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much. Americans across the country feeling the impact of the government shutdown, including college students. Many of them rely on federal aid and are realizing they could receive less money than originally planned. Some are still waiting on their applications for aid to be processed. The Department of Education will allow flexible guidelines during the shutdown, allowing schools to accept additional documents for verification. In South Jersey, there is a glimmer of hope for those impacted by the shutdown. A local group stepping up to help members at the Coast Guard Training Center in Cape May. That's where our Bruce Gordon reports with the story of lives disrupted. Coming up at 7:45, we explore how the effects of the partial government shutdown are continuing to impact more and more Americans, including those right here at home. Well, a new breakfast spot has opened up in Conshohocken, and it's all about the coffee. Our Bob Kelly is taking us there. Coming up next. We have some breaking news at 7:23 this morning out of Paris. 4 people dead, including 2 firefighters, following an explosion at a bakery. Police say the force was so strong it blasted out windows and overturned cars.
Wow, look at that car, yo. Look at that car.
A witness posted this video on social media calling it a bomb, but investigators say it was an apparent gas leak that caused the blast. Early this morning, firefighters pulled injured victims out of windows and evacuated people living nearby. Dozens of people were injured. 12 are in critical condition. All right, back here at home, if you're in the market for a good breakfast spot, Bob Kelly's got one for you, and this place in Conshohocken is all about the coffee. Police officers were called to R. Kelly's house after getting a tip. 2 women were being held hostage by the singer. Chicago officials say someone from out of state made the claims, but when officers went inside, no one was there. Kelly has been facing mounting backlash after Lifetime dropped a new docuseries called Surviving R. Kelly. It details allegations of abuse and rape from women who claim to have had relations with the singer. Kelly has denied it all. Former Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly has officially cut ties with NBC, but she will not be walking away empty-handed. Kelly will leave with the remaining money in her $69 million contract. She was nearly halfway through a 3-year deal with the network. Her time with NBC was mired in controversy, including comments she made about blackface. All right, welcome back. You're watching Good Day Philadelphia Weekend. And you know what? We're still calling the bird watchers. We know it's early. People just kind of waking up feeling groggy. And a lot of times you don't want to go right on social media when you get your, just woke up like this face on. But just do it for us. We want to see people's spirit, right?
Yeah, want to have those Eagle chants, right?
I know. Someone just tweeted me and said Dr. Oz is even cheering for the birds.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's just so exciting because this is one of the greatest towns for sports.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Our fans are diehard.
They are.
So.
You spent some time in New Orleans. You're here in Philly. Do you ever feel a little pull in either direction?
No. In fact, I had texted my buddies that are there, and I said, "Look, I love you, but for this week, you are my mortal enemy."
All right. Well, let's check in with the weather. We know some snow could be coming our way, Jeff. All right. Lawmakers are feeling the pressure as the partial government shutdown becomes the longest in American history. Today marks the 22nd day since the shutdown began. Some progress was made yesterday. Congress passed a bill approving back pay for workers once the shutdown ends, and President Trump says he'll sign it. But now members of the House and Senate won't return to work until Monday, guaranteeing that the shutdown will continue throughout early next week. That means 1/4 of the federal government will stay closed. In the meantime, 800,000 federal workers missed their first paycheck yesterday, and that's the tip of the iceberg as more Americans are starting to feel the impact. Joining us is our money man, Dan Ricciardo. Dan, let's talk to the people this morning because a lot of people are celebrating Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Liquor approval. I didn't even think about that one. I'm sure that's frustrating for those who've been working behind the scenes to make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing we can relate to, a lot of people are heading down to New Orleans because of the game.
Yeah.
TSA, airport jobs, those kinds of things, delays. It's going to be a headache. That's true.
Yeah.
I can't imagine lines getting any longer than they already are. So good luck to anyone who's traveling down to cheer on our birds for tomorrow. Yep. If I'm applying for a new mortgage, that could be delayed also.
Yeah.
I know. When you start thinking about everything, Chad Lasser and I talked about it, from housing to it's just everywhere you look and turn, you don't think about how many things are affected.
It's like throwing a pebble in a pond and you get those little ripples. And that's essentially what we're going to start to see in the coming weeks unless they fix this thing, which you know, you and I reported on before. They could fix this very easily if they wanted to. I've got 2 ways to do it. Term limits.
Look, talking, communicating, agreeing on something, right? Got to get it done. Dan Ricardo, thank you so much.
All right. See you later.
Okay, lottery numbers, a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys know him. That is the man behind the Quincy Harris Show. Turns 40 today. He posted this picture yesterday. He said his team upstairs gave him a 40 because he turned 40 and because he never had one. So that picture made me laugh, and I thought we should all wish Quincy a very happy birthday. All right, after you pop open a bottle of wine and finish it off, you typically toss the bottle and the cork that came with it. But that's not the case for one man in Montgomery County, though. He takes those corks and turns them into amazing works of art you would not believe. Fox 29 photojournalist Bill Rohr paid a visit to his studio. Getting in shape can seem like an unattainable goal, but one fitness studio promising its clients a new body in only 6 weeks, and you can do it for free. Kelly Rule is live at Fit Academy's newest location, opening this morning for the very first time in Rittenhouse. And Kelly, I think I spotted triplets.